I would like to start by thanking all of the individuals at the Gilder Lehrman Institute and also those at Dickinson College who are responsible for making this course available online. I thoroughly enjoyed it and I learned so much, and it was just an overall great experience. I took this course in the context of being a summer fellow of Colgate University's Upstate Institute, working with the National Abolition Hall of Fame in Peterborough, New York. And in 2015, next year, the National Abolition Hall of Fame, from here on out I'll refer to it as NAHOF, will be conducting a ceremony commemorating Abraham Lincoln's role in emancipation while remaining true to his views on slavery and abolitionism. Since the Hall of Fame's inception in 2004, it has been inducting individuals on a biannual basis. And since that time, people who have come to the museum have questioned why Lincoln isn't one of the individuals who has been commemorated, because there is this pervasive belief in the general population that Lincoln was an abolitionist. And as we've learned throughout this course, that is not true. And so in creating this website, being a Lincoln neophyte, I wanted to get pertinent and relevant information out there on Lincoln's stance on slavery and abolitionism without making claims that I felt that I was not in a position to make because I am not a Lincoln scholar. And I felt that with my website's focus on Abraham Lincoln's first public commentary on slavery, that I was able to do that. So with that being said, I think it best now for me to just dive right into explaining the website, both how I intend to use it for the general public and how it might be used in a secondary classroom setting. So my intention with this multimedia website is to use it while giving presentations to provide the general public with the pertinent and relevant information on Lincoln's early position on slavery and abolitionism in preparation for NAHOF's events on Abraham Lincoln that will occur in October of 2015. And so we start here with the Home tab, and I've kept it very simple. I will include this video embedded in it as well. And so the next tab over is the political context. And so with this tab, I wanted to create the relevant context for this protest. And I've done that by creating three 3-minute-long podcasts. The first entitled The Second Party System, giving an explanation of the Democrats and the Whigs. The second entitled Abraham Lincoln and Henry Clay, giving an explanation of Abraham Lincoln's explicit association with the political ideology of Henry Clay. And then also the third, the rise of abolitionism that occurs in the late 1820s and 1830s. And so my thinking, if this is to be used in a secondary classroom setting, would be to, in conjunction with this tab, to then administer to the students one multiple choice test that consists of 15 questions, 5 drawn from each of these 3 podcasts. I was thinking in terms of the types of questions asked and the difficulty level that they would be similar to the quizzes that we completed for this online graduate course. And so moving right along to the close reading tab, I have here my video, my close reading video, and it's long, but I have done my best to provide all of the pertinent information by remaining as close to the text in my analysis as I could. And so again here, what I would do in a secondary classroom setting is to administer a multiple choice test, probably 10 questions, that draw explicitly from the close reading video. And now with these 2 different multiple choice tests, in terms of their percentage of the overall grade for this unit, if we can call this multimedia site a unit, I would allocate a low percentage to those assignments because they're simply testing route memorization. The who, what, when, where, which I believe is very important, but should not be the focus in grading, right? The focus in grading must be the how and the why. And then we move along to the fourth tab, the parable of the ant. And so my thinking here was to draw on a later document of Lincoln that he makes much more explicit the intertwinement between his anti-slavery rhetoric and his economic philosophies, his adherence to free labor. And then this video that I've created, The Great Emancipator, is a response to this and to all of the information that I've learned while taking this course. And so I think that it's very important for students to be able to express themselves. And so I, being an aspiring video artist, would ask the students to create some type of artwork, whether it be a drawing, a video done on a smartphone, a painting, a poem, just some type of artful expression associated with anything that they learn from this website. And then also to have them then write out an explanation of that artful expression, why they made the decisions that they made in creating it and what they were trying to get across. Again, as a means to develop the students' critical thinking processes, right? To not only be able to answer questions, but then to explain those answers that they give and to provide relevant evidence in support of their answers. And so then moving on to the final tab here, we have entitled On the Constitutionality of Slavery. I have created a list of individuals who are Lincoln's contemporaries and their opinions on the constitutionality of slavery as a means to compare and contrast the various views on slavery and to show how confrontational the issue of slavery was becoming. Here, I would do a close reading of the passages of the Constitution that deal with slavery without explicitly naming the institution by name. And I would have the students answer the question if they believe that the Constitution is pro-slavery, and to have them use textual evidence to back up their argument, whether they agree or disagree. Again, with the grading being, with the emphasis in the grading being on their ability to explain their decision and not on the decision itself to name the Constitution pro-slavery or anti-slavery. And then I end this tab with a speech that Daniel Webster delivers to the Senate floor in 1850. And in this video, he does a good job of articulating the opposing views of the Northerners and the Southerners when it comes to slavery. And he presents his stance that there are grievances listed on both sides that he agrees with. One of them being the Southerners' grievance that the Northerners are not abiding by the slave clause found in the Constitution. So I took audio from 12 Years a Slave and mixed it to create the audio track that accompanies this video. And so what I wanted to do was to juxtapose the political rhetoric of what he's advocating for with the real world implications of it. And so I took that horrifying whipping scene as a way to incorporate a movie that is relevant in popular culture now and that is, for the most part, true to its original source and that provides a very, very good, raw depiction of the brutality of slavery that I feel is often missed in a classic classroom setting. And so I think I would end this unit with a showing of 12 Years a Slave, and also at the end of the film to have a discussion with the students and to have them write a one-page response to the film and how it made them feel and why it made them, why they had the reactions to it that they did, as a way to contextualize the institution of slavery, its importance in the antebellum South, and the contention between the North and the South over slavery.